All right, what's going on out there, everybody? Rooster here in Tennessee. I know it's been a couple days since I've got a video. Still lots of videos to come up, giveaways and stuff coming up for sale. But this one's pretty important. Need to get this one shipped out. This was a pre-ordered amp, Mr. Roy. So we got a Fatboy for Roy. This is a 2-drive 8. Now this one came, he got a little bit more than he bargained for. I did not ask for this, but this is the way it came. So pretty cool. He's getting a little bit of added bonus features to it. It's got a low and a high switch over here, okay? So the way this is going to work, when that switch is down, this switch is on, the amp still runs. This is the driver section. This is a 2-drive 8. So two 2290s driving 8 2879s. Now when they're both off, obviously the entire amp is turned off, okay? When they're both on, you have a 2-drive 8. The amp is working to its full capacity. So it's two 2290s driving 8 2879s. When you turn the low switch off, you're just using 8 2879s. Again, low switch just on, driver section, both switches on, 2-drive 8, this switch on, just the 8. Okay, it does have a variable on it. We're going to test it for output here. What I'll end up doing is I'm going to test all 3 positions on PEP, and then we will test the whole thing just on average power. Make sure everything's running the way it should on average. Now obviously when we go just to the high position, don't expect crazy numbers. I mean, we're only hitting this thing with the unit in between 35 and 40 watts PEP and around 10 or 11 watts average. So it's not like we're hitting this thing with a, you know, a souped up hot radio trying to see giant numbers out of it. It's going to do more when he gets it. They always do more. You know, if we see around 1500 watts, we'll accept that and go on. But usually out of these, when you get them, you can expect 1700 to 1800 PEP, give or take. Sometimes they do more, sometimes they do a little bit less. But that being said, we'll show you the voltage that we're at. We're going to actually run this back to, let's just do 15 on the meter. That's probably going to be a little bit less than 15. Now Fatboy tests everything at their shop at 15 volts. So we'll test it at 15, but by the time it gets to the cables here, it's probably going to be like 14.9 or something. So you've got a ground lug. You run your own ground wire. It's got a lug on the back. You guys can see the back of the amp here. And it does have a remote jack, should he decide he wants a remote in the future. All right, so first things first, let's just go to the low position. And we've got our meter on PEP, and we've got a 2500 watt slug in here for reference. If I can tilt the camera, get up here and get over the amp where you guys can see. Hopefully that's not glaring too bad, but that is a 2500 watt slug. We're going to look at the top scale, and this is with the low position only. Hello. So that's showing you what the amp is actually kicking into it. And we're on a 2500 watt slug. If we were on a 500, it'd probably show a little bit less. But 250, 300 watts PEP, thereabout. So that is what the driver section is doing on its own. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the high position, and we're just going to be running the 8 2879s just by themselves, no driver. So this is in high, the low switch is down, the high switch is up. Still looking at the top scale. Hello, audio, 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 audio. And remember, that's PEP, so around 700 watts PEP out of the high position only. Now what we're going to do, both switches will now be up. Let you guys take a look here so you can see both switches are up. So now we're running the 2-drive 8 full blast, and we will check it in PEP real quick. Hello, audio, 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 audio. So 1500 PEP. Again, generally that's the number we look for on these, somewhere thereabout. They always do more. With my power situation back here, you know, they do a little bit less here. So probably making my power supply drop down some. Hello. Yeah, it's dropping down a little bit. So that's not because the power supply isn't big enough. It's because the supply that is powering the supply isn't quite adequate. Now we'll just give it audio real quick and show you the current draw, and then we'll show average power. Ooh, so 128, 129 amps. And then we'll come back over here and show what it does average. 2500 watt slug, top scale. Ooh, around 750, give or take, 700 plus 750. So what would I expect this thing to do when it gets it? Well, it's probably going to jump up to about 800 average, and probably going to jump on up to about 1700, 1750 PEP. Now, that being said, it does have the driver section built into it. If you drove it with an external driver, you might see a little bit more out of it, but it's not going to be enough to really worry about. It's not really, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, I guess you'd say. But this is a pretty cool amp. I like it. I mean, I did not expect it to come in with these features on it, the high and low. So, you know, this would particularly be handy if you were, let's just say you were wanting to use this to drive a larger amp with it. Well, if you're not wanting to drive your larger amp full blast, let's say you have a 24 pill, 32 pill, something like that. If you're not wanting to drive it full blast all the time, you've got some range here. I mean, you can just barely drive it a little bit harder, and then, you know, you've got like a low, medium, and high built into your driver section here. Not like a traditional low, medium, and high, but that's basically how it works. You know, that would be low, that would be medium, and that would be high. So nice amp. I like it. I think he'll be real happy with it. I got it in earlier this week, just now getting time to do a video on it. Lots of stuff I need to get videos done on. I have not forgot about the giveaways. It's just I got to take care of customers first. So yes, I will be doing the giveaways. We got 2 of them to do, 2 drawings to do, and I haven't forgotten about them. It's just I'm trying to stay caught up and get customer stuff to them in a timely manner. So I appreciate everybody's patience with that. Appreciate everybody's continued support and business. Questions, comments, shoot me a text, 423-299-3535. Rooster in Tennessee, Fatboy 2, driving 8, staged for Mr. Roy. You guys have a good one. Catch you out there. See you, bye.